if you just turn it up to the max and even more. I, for some reason, we just do it the hard way. In every, and now we finally find who's gonna play, and we're even better, I think, than in 2018. Player speaking, quality speaking, but just he's first in goals right now, currently, and I think he's also first for assists.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken.
The definition of a dark horse. They made the final in Russia and conquered all on the way. A golden generation now nearing an end, but maybe there is just one last dance. In a group with Belgium, Morocco, and Canada, this time they'll be seen as the big dogs to take down. With us to talk all things Hrvatska, I hope I said that right, is Croatian football expert Lovre from Croatian Footy. Lovre, how are you doing today?
Hello. Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, not a problem. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Ploča, a small town in Croatia, between Zagreb, between Dubrovnik and Split. So on the coast, thankfully.
Very nice. And you were telling me about a game has just finished in the Croatian league that was exciting to say the least.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It just ended like 5 minutes ago when I joined the call. So it was a very interesting match. Šibenik Varaždin 2-1 Varaždin after 2 red cards, a penalty, basically a last-minute winner. So it was amazing.
It had it all. It had
great
way.
As you said, great way to kick off the weekend.
No, exactly. You can't beat that. Red cards and a penalty, last-minute winner. It's got it all. Nice. I like it. So we are ready to talk about Croatia heading into Qatar 2022. And to start with, we're going to talk about Croatia's qualification campaign. How comfortable, uncomfortable was the qualification campaign? What can you tell us about it?
It was stress levels if you just turn it up to the max and even more. For some reason, we just do it the hard way. In every sport, we just have to do it the hard way. Qualify for anything, we do it the hard way, especially in football. So basically, we were in the group with Russia, Slovenia, Slovakia, Malta, and Cyprus, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, let's cut to the last 3 games. We're first with three games remaining. We're playing Slovakia at home. We draw 2-2. Russia wins their game. I think they beat Slovenia like 2-1, 2-0. And they go ahead of us. And now with 2 games remaining, we're playing Malta next. They're playing Cyprus next. And we're playing Russia the last game. So you know what's gonna go down.
Yeah.
So anyways, they beat Cyprus, I think 6-0. We beat Malta 7-1. So we both scored a lot of goals heading into the last match, which is being played at Split, Croatia at Poljud. Must-win game. The weather, I think we played water polo for 90 minutes.
Okay, nice.
And we were dominating our water polo as Croatia is normally. Thankfully, Russia's not good at water polo. So the last 10 minutes, actually, with 10 minutes remaining, a cross comes in from the left. I forget. I think it's Barisic who crossed it in. A low cross. It goes everywhere. It bounces. It goes straight. And then their defender, Fedor Kurdyashov, I still remember the name because in Croatia we gave him the name Fedor Kurdyashovic.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, after the game, so we kind of made fun of him. So he starts running to, I think, just clear the ball or just get ahead of a player or whatever. I forget. But he went a little bit too fast, so the ball hits him in his feet and it goes into the net. We had like 70% possession, so we deserved everything. They had 2 shots, which were just long-range efforts in the last 5 minutes to try to save things. So thankfully, it went our way, and we went to the World Cup, and Russia didn't. And with the war and all, they won't.
Yes, well, that's it. And I think in general, we can say it's a good thing. It's a very, very good thing.
It's a good thing. They beat themselves. So
yes, yeah, which is a bit of like, the cherry on top, I think. But with Croatia, what style of football do they tend to play? Or was it exciting watching them through the qualification process?
Qualification process. We barely beat Malta. We beat Malta. Our first goal against Malta in our first game against Malta, we beat them 3-0 at home. Our first goal came in after the hour mark.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I fell asleep. I didn't see all the goals. It was that kind of match.
Yeah. We've all been
Yeah.
there. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Against Malta at home. And we lost our first qualification game to Slovakia, but the less said about the qualification performances, the better. There were some okay performances, but not what you would expect. But our Nations League campaign, which just happened a month ago, that's football. That's what I didn't fall asleep.
Nice. And it's the same manager as in the previous World Cup. How do Croatians feel about him? Are they still happy he's in charge? Do they trust him to do a good job in the upcoming tournament?
So after the Euros, there was ahead of the Euros also. With Croatians, there's always going to be some doubt. But after this Nations League campaign, he has, I think, the 90% of Croatians support him. They want him there, and I've supported him all the way through because I mean he got us to the final of the World Cup. I mean, you're not gonna let him go because he conceded 6 to Spain after our first game after the World Cup. We conceded 6 to Spain in the Nations League after we had 3 retirements and we just didn't know who's gonna play. So, and now we finally find who's gonna play, and we're even better, I think, than in 2018. Player speaking, quality speaking, but just that togetherness in 2018, it's gonna happen. It has to happen if we want to go that far again.
And what type of manager is he? What is his kind of philosophy?
I mean, when you have a midfield of Kovacic, Modric, and Brozovic, you just want to keep the ball. So possession style, we're very attacking. We like to overload the box. So our fullbacks come in. Our wingers are kind of inside forwards. If you ever play Football Manager, you're gonna know.
I do, yeah.
Yep, so do I. I have it open right here. So we just like to overload the box, put in crosses when we can, and it could hurt us on the transition. We're very bad at the transition. Let me speak. So yeah, we're very bad at transitions from attack to the defense. So that has caught us lacking a bit, but we're pretty good. We've done amazingly this Nations League campaign, except for the first game against Croatia, which was very, very bad. But after that, we didn't lose the game.
Yeah, well, and this is it. You're in good form coming into the World Cup now, and I think with the squad, we know the players like Modric, Brozovic, like Kovacic. We know the players that jump out at you. I want you to tell us which players, for people who don't watch much Croatian football or haven't seen the national team, which players could we be surprised by in this World Cup, or could we get to know this World Cup from Croatia?
Well, so if you don't follow as you said, if you don't follow the Croatian national team, what names could I give you? Vlasic is one of them. I'm a huge fan of Vlasic. His move to Torino, his loan move to Torino has been amazing. He's got him back into form. He assisted Modric in that win against Austria in the Nations League. He's just good. At West Ham, he was wasted a bit, sadly. As a fan of West Ham, Moyes didn't use him well, as I was expecting. But and the second one is Lovre, the central attacking midfielder from that is currently at Stade Rennais. He's so good. Dribbling, passing, he has it all. He's been doubted the next Luka Modric.
Wow.
So we're speaking about that kind of level. And for a third, you know what? I'm going to give you 2 strikers. They're both from the domestic league, the HNL. Marko Livaja and Bruno Petkovic. Bruno Petkovic, you might have heard of. He's playing for Dinamo. He was amazing in 2019 and 2020. Kind of dipped in form, got dropped by Dalic at one point for the national team. But Marko Livaja, he's Hajduk's striker, Hajduk's main man. Last season he broke the top goal scorer record for Hajduk. So nobody in Hajduk scored as many goals as he did last season.
Wow.
He scored like 24, I think, in the league. So yeah, and this season he's first in goals right now, currently. And I think he's also first for assists.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Would you expect him to be starting games, or is he going to be someone who comes on? What do you think?
So our striker position is nobody knows who's gonna start.
Okay.
You have for some reason Dalic likes Ante Budimir from Osasuna.
Hmm.
Really tall. He's the kind of player you want if you're a defensive team. If you're gonna counter attack, you want somebody who's gonna press. He's gonna press.
Okay.
But in the Croatia side, you look for a striker who's lethal. You need a striker who can pass and score. Budimir, he just doesn't do that.
Okay.
He's tall, so he can come on in the last few minutes. But for the starting position, I honestly couldn't tell you who's gonna start. Most likely Petkovic, I think, in my opinion. I think Petkovic is the most likely to start as he is back into form this season. But Livaya second, so Livaya is probably gonna come on in a few games. Maybe start against Morocco in the first game, or maybe Canada in the last. So we'll see. But something like I think it should be Petkovic that should be starting. But they're both pretty good, and Livaya scored against Austria the goal to give us the lead. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, now it sounds like there's some exciting new players for us to keep an eye out on, which is always good to see. The last question before we get your bold predictions is: what would be a successful tournament for Croatia? What do you think the nation expects?
You know, we're expecting to get out of the group. Let's get out of the way.
Yeah.
We're expecting to fight with Belgium for the top.
Mm-hmm.
Because Belgium, they're in that goal. They still have that golden generation, but their defense is not that good.
Yeah.
So we're expecting to exploit that. I hope. So I could see us finishing first, but the problem is we're most likely gonna face either Spain or Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah. So unless Japan or Costa Rica get some huge result and get through, and we face them, then I'm gonna be happy. But realistically, I would be satisfied with a quarterfinal appearance, but if we get out in the round of 16, as we did in the Euros when we lost to France 5-3, what a game that was!
Incredible game,
incredible game, heartbreaking at the end, but yeah. But yeah, no, quarterfinal I think will be the most, but I wouldn't be that mad about losing to Germany or Spain in the round of 16.
Very nice. Good. I like it. Kind of realistic, measured. I like it. Good. So we're gonna ask you for some predictions on the World Cup in general.
Oh boy.
So here we go. First one. Which team will be lifting the trophy come the end of November, mid-December?
Okay, well, I'm not gonna give you one team. I'm gonna give you two. I'm gonna give you two because I don't know. Brazil and Argentina are so good right now. Everybody knows that. Everybody's speaking about them, and I can't see this World Cup going to France, Germany, any of the European teams because none of them are really in form. So yeah, either Brazil or Argentina. I might give a little bit of edge to Brazil just because of the depth they have, and Neymar's really good. I mean, Messi's also fantastic. I watched the PSG when they played Maccabi this week. So yeah, they're just brilliant. So
nice. Well, I think we are getting a lot of, and I think it's going to be a South American winner. I definitely.
Yeah, it has. It just has to.
Yeah, nice. Next one. Who will be the top scorer of the tournament?
Oh, that's gonna be tough. I don't think it's gonna be from the winning team actually, because I think if Argentina and Brazil win it, I don't think it's gonna be like one man scoring all the goals. But who will be? Who could come a long way? I see Serbia as a dark horse, so maybe Dusan Vlahovic, because he is prolific.
Yes.
He is absolutely prolific. And the second one, who could? Harry Kane, because England kind of have an easy group, but at the same time they don't, because you really don't know what to expect.
He'll get penalties. That's what Harry Kane
does. Again.
That's what he does. Nice. Which team do you think is going to be, or is the dark horse of the tournament? Which team is going to surprise people the most?
As I said, Serbia, but secondly, I am loving Ghana. Ghana could. I am all in for Ghana knocking out either Uruguay or Portugal in their group. So I could see them making just a run to the knockouts, which could be very, very nice to see.
I think we need to see Ghana get revenge on Uruguay. That just needs to
Yeah,
happen.
that's exactly what I
right?
said. Because you have this feeling of, you just have this feeling before a World Cup. You're just
Yeah.
reminiscing. I've been listening to Waka Waka the past few days.
Okay, nice.
Just getting into the mood. So yeah, and just reliving it. I'm just like, Ghana has to get some kind of revenge for all of
Nice.
Africa, because
Yeah.
all of Africa hates Suarez. So
I think it would
let's
be
see.
karmic justice. We can hope. I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. Okay, last two. Who will be the star player of the tournament? Who will be the player of the tournament?
Oh, Messi. Even if Argentina get again to the final and lose, I think Messi will just carry that team.
Beautiful. And finally, with your head, not your heart, where will Croatia get in the tournament?
With my head, round of 16.
Round of 16. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
It's not bad, but yeah,
it could always be better, right? It could always be better. Well, Lovre, thank you for joining us. I really enjoyed that. They definitely will. But if our listeners and viewers want to find you, where can they find you online and see your work?
You can find me on Twitter on my account, Croatia30. And you can find me on any site for podcasts. A new episode will probably come. We haven't recorded an episode in 3 months. I have 2 co-hosts. We cannot get our schedules together to save our life. Absolutely not. So hopefully we should record probably this weekend. I've sent a message yesterday, so we should get something. Probably, nice. I hope. So you can find me on Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube. I don't do YouTube, sadly, so maybe in the future, but mainly
what's the name of the podcast?
Croatian Footy Podcast.
Nice. Beautiful. Well, Lovre, thank you. And viewers, listeners, please do remember to hit like and subscribe so you can watch the rest of our World Cup preview videos. We are aiming for all 32 countries. Only you will know if we've done it. So fingers crossed we get there. But finally, thank you, Lovre, and we will speak to you during the tournament.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.